If archaeologists landed on another planet and started digging up bones of creatures, what would they find? I think when the aliens do finally come, they will judge us by the quality of our art. There's a relationship there to what it means to be human and what it means to be on this planet, in this galaxy, in this universe. There's something in art that speaks to that, I think. It's easy to start taking that kind of stuff too far. I guess it's okay as long as you don't take it terribly seriously. When I was a kid, I wasn't good at sports, I wasn't very good at school, but you bring home a drawing from school and, mom makes a big deal out of it and hangs it on the refrigerator. Sometimes it's a little bit embarrassing when you realize that you're working towards little happy zingers in your brain when you get somebody that likes your work. And that it's pretty much exactly the same little happy zinger when you were getting when you were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. It's a feedback loop. You do a good thing and you get a happy zinger. You do another good thing and you get another happy zinger. I've gotten to where I need to go and build something every day. If I don't do it for 3 or 4 days, I get all weird and jumpy or something. But making a sculpture is a real challenge. There's a term in sculpture, in all art, called negative space. If you build a shape, everything outside of that shape is positive space. Everything inside that shape is the negative space. This one's called Negative Space Engine because you can see all the trees in the sky and the clouds and everything just right through it, with the idea that the environment around the piece is part of the piece. When I was building it, there was snow on the ground and there was a full moon. And as the hours went by, I could see the shadow of the piece moving across the snow. Most of the changes in human civilization have happened because of technology changes. Some brand spanking new technology comes along. It's just like this huge sea change in human culture. Everything is a machine. There's 2 types. There's natural machines and there's man-made machines. The planet's a machine. A volcano is a machine that creates rocks. And to a certain extent, at least the rocks are a machine or represent a machine. And how those interact with each other tells a little piece of the machine-nature interface story. There's 2 pieces of sandstone. They're pressed together, grinding, and all of this down in the bottom of it is the sand that has collected. The rocks are the natural machine, and the man-made machine is taking the natural machine and turning it back into its component elements, turning it into sand. If you think of the Earth's atmosphere as a machine, then this piece is interacting with the atmosphere. And the rock is, on one level, it's a counterbalance for the wind vane above it so that everything balances right. And the other way, it's a rock because the rock represents the Earth. This piece interacts with the wind and the weather. The tree is a natural machine. And then there's wings and bouncing and interactivity. So it's a man-made machine interacting with a natural machine and how those interface with each other. We get so used to machines that we don't understand that we just tend to take the machines for granted.
We all have a computer in our pocket, but it's incredibly sophisticated and we have no idea how it works, just like magic. And I think that's too bad. I think people ought to have a little better idea of how things work.
I like people to see the processes in its simplest possible form.
I build stuff to make myself happy. And it has the bonus that it makes other people happy too sometimes.
Then that's the feedback that tells me that I'm aiming in the correct direction.
And that act of constantly learning new things and having growth, where you grow into the next thing from the last thing you did, using components from the piece before that.
But anyway, that's art for me.
Art is the act of making myself happy, I guess.